I am Reverend Spaceman.
I am Jordan.
Are you?
Sometimes.
Probably most of the time.
There's a few times that I'm not.
Yeah.
But last I checked, I was.
Just wake up some mornings. I don't feel like being the best person today. I'm not going to be Jordan.
I feel like being mediocre.
Yeah, I feel like being Dave. Love you, Dave.
Shout out.
It's the toy aisle.
Toy aisle.
Cue the theme music. It's good. I like it. And if this is your first time here, we talk about toys we bought, collecting, the process, the hunt, etc.
Yeah, everything that you want to know about what goes into our collecting, even if you don't know us, but you feel like you know us through this podcast, which is what we hope.
We hope you get to know us better as people. You don't want to know me too much.
Yeah, you just want to, 75% of the way.
Yeah. There's people that know me too much and they wish they didn't.
Like Dave.
Like Dave.
Yeah.
So,
it's been a few weeks since the last episode.
Yeah, I guess I labeled the last one as Black Friday special, but in parentheses I said, but not really. This one's kind of the Black Friday special.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a post Black Friday.
Yeah.
Post day.
Post Dave.
Yes, post Dave.
Because Dave was here last time, but it wasn't for this.
It's for another great show on your channel.
Yeah.
That you need to plug right now.
It's called Out of the Loop.
Out of the Loop.
Not in a loop. There's a loop, and me and Dave are just not in it. Completely.
Not Dave.
We're not even nowhere near it. We talk about movies we haven't watched, and then we make the other people watch them between the two of us.
If you like The Martian, tune in.
Yeah. That last one was pretty much an hour-long review of The Martian and like 20 minutes talking about American Beauty.
But hey, who's counting?
I had to because I had to edit it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So this week, I guess we have a theme sort of, but we're also just gonna go kind of blaze through the basics.
Yeah, kind of like our normal.
Yeah.
What we find, that type thing, and then we'll
recent purchases. And
we'll go into a little more detail with
what we're gonna buy.
What we gonna do.
So you wanna kick us off, or should I?
Go for it.
All right. Well, it may come as a surprise to our loyal fan base of like maybe 20-ish people, but I bought more Gundams.
Yeah.
I know. It's not like me at all. The one I mentioned on the last episode, and you can see it right up there, the green one.
Yes.
The Gundam 00 Shia Quanta.
Say what?
Quanta. That it's. I like how it's Quanta. I said it Quanti the last time. It kind of could be pronounced either way, but it's spelled weird. It's like QAN.
Us Canadians have weird accents.
Quante.
Quante.
Double Quante.
Quante of Solace.
I might be a little bit retarded. This is it's from the Gundam Build Fighters Island War, Build Fighters Tri-Island Wars TV special movie, whatever. It's, like I said last time, it's a modification upgrade of an existing Gundam, and it's green. Like the other one is blue, so it's not as good.
Come on. What do you have against blue?
Blue's fine.
It's better than fine.
It's okay. I mean, it makes up green, so it's half.
It's good.
It's half of perfection because it helps make up green.
Your microphone's blue.
It is.
So suck it.
I don't want to suck on my microphone. I want to talk into it.
Okay.
But yeah, I bought it because it's green. That's a big part of why. But also because I like the original suit. It's keeps true for the most part to the design. Just kind of spruces it up a little bit. Little changes here and there. The weapons are really different. That big thing on its left shoulder. On the original, all those pieces could actually separate and turn into one big giant sword. And this time they just don't do that. They turn into different things, but they don't combine all together. Besides that one, I picked up the two SD Gundams, the Exia and the 00.
7.
Yeah. Maybe someday. And I guess the bigger one is this one here, which is called the. They keep changing all these names. It's the Tri-Winning Gundam. As I showed on my Instagram, it can change between being a regular Gundam and an SD Gundam with this giant You can kind of see like its backpack is also its giant head.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's kind of the biggest thing for me, I guess. Is it like I think that's kind of cool. It kind of switches between the two and just wears its limbs as a backpack.
Yeah, you've posted several on Instagram of that one, correct?
Yeah, at least 2.
Yeah. At Reverend Spaceman.
At Reverend Spaceman.
Get those followers up.
I'm up to 58 now.
Yes, see, every episode it's
a little more.
You keep getting more than the previous one.
Yeah.
So we gotta keep that trend.
That's right. Yeah, that's really about it for me. I didn't buy much of anything for myself on Black Friday. I was being all selfless and that horse shit. Season of giving and what the fuck ever.
I don't believe that. Just kidding, I do.
I bought presents for myself, but I don't want to surprise. Don't want to ruin the surprise for myself. By
you can't waste the surprise.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's most of your stuff for now.
Yeah, that's pretty much all of my.
Going Team Green, I see. Game Green.
Yeah. I'm sure that's the sports ball thing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I figured you would know. That's why I said it.
Well, I mean, I know all about the sports ball. But
you, Jake, and Dave.
Yeah, but the green team is kind of a blind spot in my perfect encyclopedic memory.
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
I'll let you go now.
I got more Star Wars stuff. Surprise, surprise. Just like you got Gundam.
I did not see that coming.
It's cray-cray.
It is off the charts.
The Chizarts. Before I get to my big item that you can see right here.
It is a big item.
I
mean, it's moderately sized, but it's big spiritually.
Well, sometimes it gets shy.
Yeah.
I picked up another Infinity figure. I got Kylo Ren.
Nice. It's a good one.
Yes. That was the only one I got so far.
Yeah.
Since the last episode. But
yeah.
Slowly but surely, I'll just keep adding on to those.
Yeah.
At least
because they're $5.
At least once an episode, I'll probably have another
here
or there. So I got the Kylo Ren one.
So have you been leaving these in the package?
No, I take those out.
Yeah, because
pretty much everything else I will leave in, as you most likely know. But with those, I like posing them.
Because they got like a nice little display stand, kind of they're standing on.
Yeah, they're easy to.
Yeah,
that's one of the main things I like about them. They don't fall over.
Yeah.
So.
And that's difficult, as we explained. Hasbro.
Yeah, they need a Jar Jar one.
I know. He's in the game. He's not playable. I know. But
that depresses me.
If only the game wasn't dead and they weren't, because they said they're not going to make any new content for it because it didn't make them enough money. So the last thing they made was like a Finding Dory thing.
Why?
Yeah.
I get why, but still, we need more Star Wars.
Yeah, give us Rogue One.
I picked up a couple more Force Awakens figures, the 3 3/4, because I'm almost done collecting all of those.
Awesome.
The Wave 3 and 4, how I've said they don't ever announce dates. You just kind of stumble upon them, so I'm
pretty much
still trying to find a few of those. I'll probably have to go to eBay for the rest of them, but there's not a ton left. And then I picked up 2 of the Rogue One figures.
Ooh.
Of the 3 3/4. Cassian Andor. I guess I'm saying that right. People don't really know him yet because the movie's not out, but he's kind of the main guy after Jyn Erso.
Okay.
And Chirrut Imwe, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'll listen to this in 3 months and realize how dumb I sound now after seeing the movie, but he's kind of like the ninja guy in the trailer.
Is he
with
the blind one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And so I got those 2, and they're part of Wave 2.
Awesome.
So that was the smaller purchase I made, just trying to get the quantity in those.
Yeah.
And then my big purchase was Han Solo from The Force Awakens, the Disney Elite series.
It looks nice.
Exclusives that I may have mentioned before, but this is the first one I bought probably since May. I bought the Boba Fett prototype in May, and I hadn't really bought any because they didn't have any out. This Han one is one of the newer ones that's come out, along with Rogue One. They had a lot of Rogue Ones come out.
Yeah.
So I want to get a few of those.
Diecast, I see.
Yes. They're very nice.
Yeah.
I remember talking about the Poe Dameron one on here before, how I wasn't crazy about some of the paint.
Yeah.
You have to, kind of compare when you have more than one that you see.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's looking pretty good on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked at a few before I bought that, and was pretty pleased with it. And, of course, Han Solo being my favorite character, I was definitely going to buy it. from Force Awakens. It's $26.95. I think they've gone up maybe $2, but that's still really.
You can see you'll see Black Series at that price. So.
Oh yeah, and they're better
die
structures than Black Series, but yeah, this has been a Disney Store exclusive. They've only been around for maybe a year or two, but they came out with more back in the spring and summer, and I guess this fall they were getting ready to kick off the Rogue One stuff with Force Friday,
right.
And then I know Han Solo, and there may have been a few like another Rey that was different from the first wave of her.
This time she has the lightsaber or something.
Yeah, something like that. I know with like the Black Series, it's basically the same design. It's just
Pretty
like
much.
deviating one and something with the other. So
Yeah,
if you're a
it's Hasbro.
completist, they get you good right there.
Believe me, they do that with Transformers too. Hasbro likes to reuse molds a lot.
Yep.
And I mean, I understand it because it does save them money, and like you can
Everybody recycle.
Yeah, you can get a lot of mileage out of one. Like I've gotten two very different figures out of the same mold with like Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus.
Yeah,
but you gotta do it right.
Every big
of course.
Big kind of brand or a big product like Star Wars, Transformers, I'm sure like Marvel stuff, they'll all kind of be related in
Spider-Man's use a lot of the same mold.
Yes. But, I've been really happy with these
That's good.
die-cast Disney. Like I said, I haven't bought that many since probably May, but last year when Force Awakens came out, pretty much all through that beginning of the new year, I was buying quite a bit. And then they had the first wave ever, I think it was 2014 when they came out, and they were really rare to find, like Anakin, Vader, Darth Maul, Grievous, and then they all came back out in like May. So I picked those up fast because before that they were like $100 online, and then if you go into comic shops, they'd be somewhere 100, 125, and at Comic Cons. So I was lucky and got those.
How's the diecast Vader look?
He's fine. I'll probably get him here soon, but he looks good, just like all the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing that totally stands out, but he doesn't look bad.
It's no Bandai.
Yeah. I
still need to buy
I don't
that
think
one.
he'd be as good as that one, but they also just came out with 10-inch ones.
Ooh.
I'm not sure the price. I haven't been to the Disney Store yet, but I've seen online.
Interesting.
And I kind of want. They came out with a Vader, I believe, and a Princess Leia, and they might have some Rogue One. So I will look into those. I'm not totally sure if I'll commit to buying, but they do look cool in the pictures.
Gotta hold out for that 10-inch Reverand
Yeah.
in 10 years.
Well, he's been popping up at Walgreens.
Really?
I need to go to Walgreens.
He's out?
Different Walgreens. Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Wow.
That's the thing. They don't ever officially announce, and he'll just be
That
like on some Star Wars sites I look at.
Yeah.
Fans will take a picture where they see it, and like I think the last time I looked, Reverend pops up at Houston, Texas Walgreens, and it's not everywhere. It's just extremely random. That's how a lot of the Star Wars 3 3/4 and Black Series are, and that's what's annoying about it. Because they'll always announce kind of that first wave, which is Force Friday. But after that, they won't.
He's not on Amazon.
He is?
He isn't.
No.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. It was never officially...
That's crazy.
Kind of like...
Why you do this to me, Hasbro?
Yes, kind of like how they put those Rogue One figures out 5 days before.
Yeah. And then you can't
Some
buy
stores
them.
do that without knowing, and that you're allowed to buy it. So I think that's what's happening with some of the Revan stuff. Because I know this has happened before in the past.
Walgreens probably doesn't have the whole Walmart embargo where they you can't buy it.
Even
though it's on the floor.
where you scan it and says invalid or something.
Yeah, that happened.
So yeah, he has been popping up. I need to check some local Walgreens. I doubt it's in Lexington,
Probably not.
Canada, but
Yeah.
anywhere around this area. I doubt it. I could be wrong because that's how I found my Jango Fett Black Series. I was walking out of Target, and he was in the middle of where the clothes are. They had just a little stand, and I was walking by. And I usually never go out that way. I was going down a different path for some reason. I was walking by and had to do a double take
There he is.
because I'd been looking. I had him on eBay and Amazon in my carts, and he was, $35, $40, and I found him for 20. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's a grab.
Yes. Like, is what makes
that's when you cave
the hunting worth it, That's the most fun and joy you can have with hunting.
It really is like a hunt, like a treasure hunt.
Because you weren't expecting to find them.
Yeah.
Because even when you are going to a store with a certain toy that's set on your mind, you're not totally sure if you find it. When you find it and see him, you get that
like
relief.
Rush. Yeah.
There's that rush, that adrenaline, and then there's that relief. But when you have a toy or figure you've been wanting for a while, and you have really no indication that it'll even be at the store, you
kind of given up on it.
Yeah, I hadn't totally given up because I knew I could still buy it online. I'm just gonna have to pay an extra $20.
You're just looking like, well,
that's
I'll
why
give
I kept
it a
prolonging
shot. But you're not expecting it. You're just
this was
just doing it to do it.
Yeah, out of the ordinary, and lo and behold, and same with my Force Awakens Black Series Han. That's kind of how I stumbled upon him too. So that was kind of back in the spring, and now you can find them more frequently, which kind of
it's good, but it's also it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, but at the time I'm just like, yes, I can't believe it. Finally, after several months of looking and trying to find a decent bargain.
I had a couple experiences like that when I was up in New Jersey. Because I went on vacation there about 2 months ago now. I hit up the Toys R Us there, and I found this Power Master Optimus Prime that I'd been looking for like forever. Because Hasbro is with their waves, as we just said. And I hadn't found it anywhere down here.
Get worked up thinking about it.
So I was just kind of like, well, you know what? Everywhere is better than here, so I'll just give it a look. And lo and behold, there it was. And then actually when I went to a local comic shop up there around a walking distance from the...
Midtown?
No,
not Midtown.
Yeah, this was...
what was it? I can't think.
I don't even remember the name of it. It was just like a local one, like in the small town I was staying with some friends. But it was in... Because Midtown's in New York.
But you did go there, right?
I did,
Okay, I wasn't dreaming.
I got some pretty cool stuff there, too.
Yeah, I knew something.
Yeah.
You had a connection with Midtown somehow.
Yeah, I went there, but the local comic shop had this, like... You can't really see it from here, but it was this first movie... I think it was called First Strike Optimus Prime or something. And it's like... I might have mentioned it in another episode, but it's the movie design Optimus Prime, but he's painted up like the old school 80s Optimus Prime. And I didn't really have a mind for it. Like, I knew it existed, and I was like, it's kind of neat, but I'm not really looking for it. But I see it there, and I'm like, oh, it's only like $14. I'm like, yeah. That was kind of my biggest random find up there. Obviously, I spent a lot of money, too much on other things, but that was just the nice little thing I didn't expect.
Yeah, you just don't know when they're going to happen. And a lot of the times you have to be in another area, sometimes state, or a convention.
Yeah.
Different from your regular stops, of our rounds that we make to our same old stores.
Very much.
So that always makes it worthwhile. But yeah, I've been really happy with those so far, and I hope
it looks nice.
They've been really popular because I bought the Boba Fett one on May 4th. They were having the special, and I got to the Disney store maybe 15-30 minutes after they had opened.
Wow.
And almost all of the Boba Fetts were gone.
Damn.
They said they had a line outside at like 8 a.m. and the store opened at 10. And I got there maybe 10, 15, and 30 thinking, I'd be one of the first people to get it. And they had them behind the counter instead of out in the open. Because I was looking at first, I was like, you all have the Boba Fett? She's like, the line starts right there. So I got in line, and I could see all the Boba Fetts, and I was counting how many were left. And there were like 7 left and 8 people in front of me.
Did you hold out just for someone to leave?
No, thankfully some people didn't buy one. Like some moms were with their kids and don't know anything about it. So I was trying in my head kind of to be like, okay, they're getting one. They might get 2. And like I think when I finally got mine. There may have been 2 or 3 left, but I got lucky because
so much calculation goes down in the hunt.
I know, and I hate math.
See what you make us do.
I was making my brain was hurting. Couldn't think. But thankfully I got it, and I looked later in the week and it was already going for like $75 on eBay.
Wow.
Because they were making only a limited number.
And I'm sure that they've like put out a bunch of them now, and that price is just
I actually haven't seen that one, but they're cheaper online now.
Yeah.
It's just I haven't seen them in stores, but that's the thing, especially with Star Wars, since this whole resurge a few years back with Disney taking over, it's kind of hard to determine.
Yeah, collectibles
with products
aren't really collectible like they used to be. As I'm sure we've talked about on here before.
Yeah.
There's the trough of worthlessness. Something has to go through, like, where it's...
Which is what I keep bringing up pop figures for.
Pretty much. There's got to be some of those that will be worth a lot.
Yes, there will be.
There
are already, but that's why I continue to compare them to Beanie Babies.
Yeah, they're not really... I really hope there's not people out there collecting and think they're going to make a fortune on it, because you're not.
No, like, even when we all picked up that Slave Leia last year.
It was neat. And
yeah, because, the suit was quote-unquote retired.
Which they ended up not doing, it seems.
Yeah, so it's like...
I didn't figure they would, but I thought,
I still, don't regret buying that pop figure. I probably would have bought it someday anyway.
I do kind of regret not picking up that one with her and Jabba, that big...
Yes.
Because I never got that, but I saw it at Walmart a few times.
Yeah, and it was cheap for Walmart, but at the same time, it's still like, do I really want to pay $30, or do I want to go get this Transformer or go get this other figure and I got 2 or 3 of them for $30?
And most of the Transformers I buy are like $25-$30.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, it's this or that, and
yeah, but as you bought that Leia and Jabba, it's like, I got to hold out to another.
And I got to find a place to put this giant box.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fit quite as well on a shelf like regular pop figures.
Yeah, that's true. But, there's just so much when it comes to determining with, you've got to decide, will this be worth anything? Because I like it, but if I know it's not really going to be worth anything, I probably won't pick it up at all.
And and a lot of it is...
Yeah, that's the problems I'm kind of having right now with Star Wars.
It's either that or, like, does this mean enough to me to buy it? Because I know, like, the pop figures I have aren't going to be worth much, but they're just ones I like to have,
just ones I like. That's why I don't buy a ton of them. I'll buy one maybe once a month, or if it's just going to be something I want.
I'm expecting Jake's collection to overtake mine soon, actually.
He might.
Because he's probably got, like, about a little over half of what I've
that's
got.
the main thing he's been collecting too.
Yeah.
Which I would recommend if you are trying to start collecting something you don't know what. If you like pops, definitely start that way, because you'll get your quantity up pretty quickly.
They're easy to display.
Yeah, they're very easy to display.
They still look good in the box for the most part.
Yeah, and that'll usually motivate you to keep buying those or pick another product to start. So I'd recommend.
Yeah, I've always
collecting pops.
I've always called them entry-level collector's items, and that sounds like a derogatory thing, but it's really not, because entry-level can either A, tell you, hey, this isn't for me, or B, get you into, bigger things. Like I'd say, there's going to be people where pops are their main thing to collect, but most people are going to start out on them, either give it up, or move on to something else,
because there's so many.
Yeah, and there cannot be a human being alive who has every pop figure.
No, I have seen some.
You'd have to build a
really impressive displays though. Like people just take out, this whole wall right here is just nothing but pops, either in or out of the box or both. And that's really become a trend the last 2 years, I'd say.
It has.
A lot of people are buying them.
I'd
probably buy them more if I didn't buy Star Wars and other like cool toys I see for $30.
Pretty much.
Because they are easy.
They are, and like
they're usually gonna only run you $10 or less per.
Unless they're like an exclusive, and even then,
yes.
I've never seen one of a regular size go for more than like 15.
Yeah, I think the max I've spent on one individual one might be 15.
Yeah,
if that.
Because and sometimes you'll find them like clearance for like $5.
Yeah,
One's
I've gotten a couple. I got a Cyclops and a
Nice.
Picard for $5.
Awesome. I need to get a Picard.
Yeah, he was only $5.
Can turn him into Walter Blunt.
Yeah,
I'll that might be my next custom if I think about it.
that'd be really cool.
No one will know what it is. I'll have to. Who's that bald guy in a suit?
Once we revive the Blunt cast, we can have you can take a picture of your custom
That'll be the logo.
Walter.
For it.
Yes, that'll be the logo.
Got to give him something to drink.
Yep.
You know. But yeah, I'd recommend him to people, unless you're just like one of those people who just like don't like them on principle. I've run into people like that who just say they just don't like them, like by principle, which whatever.
Yeah.
They're gonna be around for a while because they have their claws dug into every single franchise.
There's so many.
Like most obscure things I've seen as pop figures, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I enjoy looking at what all is so crazy and obscure that they come up with.
Really, it's I think
almost anything you can think of that they've either done it or are planning to do it.
Yeah, there's no point when it's like, I don't think they'll get to this. It's like, it might be a while till they get to this. That's the most you can say for it. Because I remember like a year before the Friends ones happened,
Yeah,
we were saying like, they're going to get to Friends eventually, right? And then we're like, yeah, I guess so. Probably. I give it less than a year. Sure enough.
yes,
here
and
comes
Saved by the
Rachel.
Bell.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Seinfeld, though. They
I
have
know.
the vinyl idols, and like, with Funko, they have things other than Pop, but Pop's
Pop's the biggest
the
one.
bread and butter.
Because they've got the little like,
They got the vinyl idols.
and
They have
the retro action figure things.
yeah, the retros, which I'm kind of want to buy some of those here
Wouldn't
soon.
mind it.
So there's a lot of cool franchises, and I like the retro aspect of them. So yeah, that's actually one of the things I plan on getting. I don't know how soon, but eventually.
That's something I wouldn't really want to buy.
It's
for
kind of
a
on that
new
list,
show.
and if I am walking in a store and it's $4 or $5, probably
Pretty
pick it
much,
up,
yeah.
and that'll probably start my collection on those.
If I get any of those, it'll probably be the Terminator one because it's
I want the
it's
Terminator,
of that era,
the Pulp Fiction, Fifth Element.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of them out there.
I wouldn't want to get like the Flash or something, something new because it feels weird getting a new
Yeah.
thing in that old style.
And I like the Flash TV show, but I'm not crazy about their products, if that makes sense.
If I got anything, it'd be the pop figures for it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's not high on my list. I'll
really.
put it that way.
It's something I like without liking the merchandise, I guess.
Yeah. But I did get myself a Rachel Green pop from Friends, as you know,
Good.
and Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell. They're both on top of each other in my display. Take that as you will.
On top of me. Ooh.
Best pop. Yeah.
I'll probably get that one that I need to get, that we've been wanting to get.
I know, we can't say it yet, but we will.
That'll be this
We'll have to-
paycheck
yeah.
for me, I think. Because I've got my Black Friday check coming in.
Okay. To Barnes & Noble.
Barnes & Noble.
We'll go there.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm off in 3 weeks, we'll go there. Hey, before Rogue One.
Before Rogue One. If not that night before. Like, if not immediately before.
Sometime
some point
before
yeah.
Rogue One. How about that?
Absolutely.
So that'll probably be the next time we can hunt together.
It might literally be the night before. Or the night of. Immediately before we go see it.
Yes.
But it'll happen. And
Then we can talk about it on here
talk about
finally
it,
after we...
so much build up.
Nobody knows what we're talking about right now, but we've said this since, I think, last October.
Since I came back to Canada.
Yeah. We saw those figures.
Yeah. We're like, well, these exist. You know what we got to do with these.
Yeah. Take them out of the box and play.
There'll be at least one
People
picture.
are lost right now, but
Dave
I
and
like the mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do know.
Adds a little, an air of mystery to the
Yes.
whole experience.
That'll keep the people coming back for more listens.
Because they're like, what are they talking about?
I must know.
What are they gonna? What are these figures they're gonna get and play with?
BB-8 and R2, right?
Yeah.
Whistle. All right.
Yeah.
Do we want to do future purchases, or what else we got?
Yeah. There's not
Are you ready to get on to your...
terribly. We can do a little bit of it. Like,
Okay.
yeah, we kind of just did our recent hunts.
Yeah.
In the middle of that, so I'll let you start first with looking forward to.
Looking forward to, obviously, some more die-cast elites.
Might have to pick me up one of those.
Yes, I still don't know when, just because I keep seeing more Star Wars stuff I want as a result of the movie coming
Obviously.
sooner, and my excitement just for Star Wars in general tends to rise. It's always high.
Yes.
It's always on, very excited, but Black Friday, Force Friday it starts. And I'm like, okay, I got to get all these new 3 3/4, maybe a Black Series here or there. And then once we get into November, the Black Friday, look at the sales and more of that starts to rise. And I kind of get focused like I did last year at this time on only buying Star Wars stuff. I'm not totally there yet because there's some other stuff I want to get.
Even I was there last year.
Like the DC stuff I still want to get. Just don't know when.
Of course.
I want to do it. And then with the NECA figures, like we discussed, I believe, last episode.
Yes.
Like the Freddy, the Jasons, the Terminators.
Terminator's the one I really got my eye
Rocky.
on.
Yeah, because after I bought that Rambo figure, it really, I knew those were good products and figures first, but that really got me kind of motivated to get some more of those. But I really want to buy at least a NECA or a DC on top of the Star Wars stuff I'm gonna get.
Just kinda,
Obviously, I want to keep collecting all the Rogue Ones.
Yes.
While I can, but that's kind of the big thing right now. And if I stumble upon some pops, but that's kind of what I have dead set on. I might pick up another Elite figure. Check out those 10 inches I was talking about, and if I can find a Revenant Walgreens.
If you find
Crossing my fingers.
If you find 2,
yes,
I will. If you,
I already
just,
knew.
I will pay you back for it. You don't even need to tell me. Just get it. And I'll,
I know that's like. There's only a few probably products in this world that we just know automatically to buy 2.
Absolutely.
And that is definitely on top of the list.
Revan, I'm assuming Megatron.
Yeah.
I'm
going to have to buy that online, that one.
You're gonna
Titans.
It's hard to
Titans Return, right?
That's right, yeah. It's hard to find, like, by itself.
I looked that one night I was talking to you, but
most sites have
I found it. But they were all packaged together.
Yeah,
I was trying to find some individually.
It's hard to find it on its own for pre-order. I pre-ordered it with Optimus Prime because I want Optimus Prime too.
Yeah, I might as well. Like, I probably will want it.
Optimus is pretty cool too.
Yeah, they're both really awesome.
The Megatron is definitely the better figure. Like, just the look of it. It's got he's the tank. He turns into a plane. It's just a huge homage to the history of the character.
Yeah, it's
Optimus Prime.
That's always how it is. So
yes.
But
yeah. Things I'm looking forward to, obviously the Titans Return, Megatron and Optimus. That'll be those 2 will probably be an episode of their own at some point.
Especially if I get one.
Yes. After the Star Wars hype dies down, most likely we'll have to save that. Because I'm thinking December comes around, it might just be Star Wars on this show constantly.
Woohoo!
So I might have to pick up that Bandai Vader. I think that might. I think that'll probably be my next recent purchase on the show. It was like $25. It had free.
Yeah, that's really good.
It is. It had free air quotes shipping, but
the product itself, being 25 is.
And the thing about it is
because this is, like I said, $26.95.
Yeah.
But if you buy it on a Disney store, it's going to be another $6 to $8.
Yeah.
Shipping.
And the thing about the Bandai Vader is it ships directly from Japan, so it can take a while. So if I want to get it here sooner, I'm gonna have to get the $30 Amazon Prime one, and I might as well do that. Really, if I'm gonna wait a month for it, I'm just gonna. I'll pay the extra $5.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It'd be like a gift to myself. It's like, oh, I bought this. All right.
That's kind of that's the boat I'm in right now with the Lemmy toy I bought. From Motorhead. I have that pop figure I was talking about. But then I bought back in February, they had the exclusive coming out.
It's still not out.
And it was supposed to come out in August. Then they switched it to October. Now it went to January, and it still might be January, but I won't be shocked if they
push it back a little
push it back to April.
Well, at least they're giving you a release date. Unlike Hasbro.
Yeah. Like, because I bought it like really soon after they announced it, just to go ahead and secure my order.
Right.
And it doesn't charge my my credit card until they officially ship it, but it's like it's going to be almost a year when I finally get the toy.
Yeah, only some sites will charge you when you pre-order it, and I almost prefer that.
Sometimes I do because it helps me like just personally with my finances.
Because then like 10 months later, you just get this random like $20, $30 charge. Like oh,
I'm unemployed right now. I don't need this. I don't want this toy.
You got thanks for charging me right after on the week I had to pay my car insurance and everything.
But yeah,
I'm overdrawn now.
Yeah, that example that you were talking about reminded me of the Lemmy I still don't have and may never get at this point.
Endless pre-order.
Yes,
but at least they tell you when they push back the date.
Yeah, that's
Hasbro.
Yeah, that's good about the site Entertainment Earth. I recommend.
I gotta check them out still.
Yes,
because I like my main ones are Amazon, obviously, and then TF Source, Big Bad Toy Store. Both of which are pretty good. The only thing about TF Source is they tend to get their stuff in later than other sites, or they overestimate how soon stuff is coming out. Because it's hard. It's very rare that something comes out the month that they say it will.
Yeah, that's true. And I was looking, I think, maybe on Entertainment Earth it was, of some pre-orders for the Power Rangers.
Yes.
That's quickly...
The movie one?
Yeah, quickly...
I like those designs.
Coming in front of us, I think March.
Yeah,
so,
wow.
Yeah, I'm getting more and more excited for that.
Me too.
Those figures, I think I showed them to you.
Yeah,
last time, but I think you'll be able to find those
pretty much
easily in Walmart and Toys R Us. I was just on
the movie's gonna be big.
Yeah, I was just looking for like a estimate.
Bigger than it has.
They're supposed to be out this coming month, I guess December when this is posted. But
sounds about yeah. Well, yeah, it's December.
If not December, definitely January, because they like to have a lot of new products and toys come out the first of the year, which is what Batman vs Superman did, which is why I started buying those back in like January. Because like, oh man, these look awesome. I still like them.
Everyone's got their Christmas gift money now.
Yeah,
you got that $100 weird card from your grandma. Gonna go buy some Batman v Superman with it.
If only they knew I was putting my hard-earned money.
My family knows. Yeah, so it's what we're looking forward to. It's Star Wars. At this point of the year, it's Star Wars.
It's put you in that Star Wars holiday spirit. And I'm really a fan of...
Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yes. I'm really a fan of... 10 minutes later.
Let me put my VR sex head thing on.
Yeah. I have that on bootleg. We need to watch it.
We do. You know, there's riff tracks of it.
I think I've heard that. I have not watched it, but I'll have to one day.
Something you got to watch it with people.
Oh, of course.
And alcohol.
You can't just
sit.
Like, who watches?
No.
Like you have to watch that with people.
The version you've got has the Boba Fett cartoon, right?
It should. I have not watched that version yet.
I would say skip through it because I know some versions of it have it removed because like there's a weird legal thing where you can upload all of it on YouTube except for the Boba Fett part.
Yeah, the first I had a downloaded version and I think it had it.
Yeah.
But then I bought this bootleg back in October, so I was just kind of waiting until we all watched it. So I might have to double check that.
Yeah, I mean, don't sit and watch it by yourself. But I mean,
I wasn't. I wasn't going to. That
Good.
Much.
Just the first 30 minutes and the next 30 minutes and
then the last 15. Oh, it's over already? Well, darn. Guess what I saw on TV last night flipping through?
What?
Jamie.
Yes! I still need to get started on my custom Turbo Man.
Oh, man.
I gotta pick a base figure. I might do that on our next time.
Yeah, when I was telling you I had that one in my cart on eBay and just placed the bid and it went from like 35 to 85.
I took a look earlier today and they were like, I saw some that were like 45, which isn't...
Starting or buy it now? Because if it's buy it now, get it. I
think I was starting. But
you'll never find it.
Yeah.
I haven't found one under 75.
That's crazy.
And some of these aren't even in good condition.
I know.
They're beat up. I mean, yeah, the toy's 20 years old, but still.
Turbo Man took a quick dive into the trough of worthlessness.
Yes.
And he just jumped right out of it.
If everybody knew what, like back in '96, if people knew if that movie was going to be
We're talking about
kind of
Jingle
a
All the Way,
cult.
by the way.
Yeah. Figured they would know that.
Some
People should know that.
Put that cookie down. No.
Howard, wife's cookies.
It's not your cookie.
Man, we need to watch that again.
We do. I have it.
Yes.
We got to find a night in like 12 million weeks when we're actually off.
Yeah.
And we might just have to do Christmas in July or something. I want to do a Christmas
in January, Christmas in July. We're gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
But what I was trying to get to, besides I want a Turbo Man really bad.
Yes.
That's always going to be on my what I'm hunting for. That's automatic. But
forever.
I've really been a fan of Star Wars coming out in December. I don't know how you feel.
Makes sense.
But last year it was really cool
because it's Christmas time, you know, and it's a
there's
very
usually not big
merchandise
blockbusters. Like there's really good movies and award winners that come out in
Right.
Christmas. But like I thought of like The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. I can't really think of any other huge
so nothing worthwhile.
big time. Touche. Really like big time franchises because you're not getting your superhero movies in December, and that's the pattern Star Wars follows in May, which I was cool with May too, but now you got to worry about like Avengers might be coming out in May or something.
I mean, Star
like
Wars
Jurassic
is
World.
probably going to do more,
and
but
Star Wars will do more, but I think it benefited.
it's better to spread them out.
Yeah, it benefited from being in December instead of the May,
Right.
because it also knew how to compare itself with Jurassic World that came out in that summer, had the records at the time.
And Star Wars beat it.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I like that movie.
Yeah, I did enjoy Jurassic World, but
it's
Star Wars a whole different
Yeah.
universe. But
They
I
could
don't
be
know.
the same universe.
Yeah. But just, that would actually be really cool.
That'd be interesting to see.
Having Christmas and Star Wars together kind of feels right.
It does, because it is a very merchandise-driven franchise.
Yes, and just whether or not Star Wars was coming out in May, it's still going to pop up at Christmas time
Right.
again because of people buying all the toys, products, everything. You know, there's a million, bajillion, zillion things with Star Wars.
Yeah, it's like you still get this, but like now that it's at Christmas, you get more of the like
Yeah,
the
just-
little mugs and
It just pops up even more.
Yeah.
It's just a little more. It's kind of like
it's
doubled up.
it's
which
really
I
just
love.
It's really just like homed in on like this is the Star Wars time of the year now.
Yes. Yeah, I love having Christmas and Star Wars.
It makes so
almost
much.
as the same thing.
It really it seems right.
And I really hope they continue it. I don't know if they will.
I figure that kind of
They should.
they pushed it back. They pushed episode 8 back to Christmas.
Yeah,
so
which I was
December.
happy with
I am
because
too.
I didn't really want a year and a half later.
It makes more sense.
Yeah, because if they can find a trend to do like episode 8 December, the spinoff in May, the
That's
next
fine.
episode in December, the spinoff in May. You know, that's cool.
There's got to be a point when they're doing 2 Star Wars movies a year.
Yeah.
Because Marvel did it, Fox is doing it.
Yeah, and
DC's doing it.
people are saying they're going to oversaturate Star Wars, which might be true, but
Yeah.
we've still got years, I think, before
It
that
took us
becomes
this
an
long.
issue.
I think it's just going to be the thing that takes over when the superhero movie crash
'cause
happens. We're
look
going to
at
get
all the
space
superhero
movies.
stuff we're getting a year, and people still are pretty on board with it. Don't you think?
Yeah, we're getting 2 DC, 2 Fox X-Men, and then 2 Marvel.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 3 soon. I think next year it actually is 3.
It's just going to keep expanding, so.
It's going to, yeah.
Either way, you
And
know.
that's more toys, because
yeah.
this is a toy podcast.
Yeah, either way, I'm cool with
I'm cool with it.
Star Wars being December and
Right.
getting more toys.
Absolutely. So I guess 45 minutes in, we can
Yes.
talk about the thing that we were going to talk about. Third-party like add-ons, and this is a Transformers thing more than the Star Wars
Yeah, I
thing.
was going to kind of let you take the reins for the
Yeah.
third party. I looked at some for Star Wars,
I
and
don't know there are
there's
some.
a couple, but none noteworthy.
Really?
You know, even when I was looking for other ones online, it all drew back to Transformers. So.
Pretty much. Transformers
it's the best for it.
It's the biggest, like, third. There's a little bit for Gundam, but it's mostly Transformers.
Yeah, everything I found was Transformers and Gundam.
Yeah. So, the two I have kind of on this table here that I guess wanted to talk about. This here is the DX9 armor add-ons for the Age of Extinction Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. That's a lot of words. Get used to me saying a lot of words, because the things that I do with a lot of robots have a lot of words to them, because there's so many slightly different variations.
It's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Everything you say.
Yes. I feel like Jake talking a lot right now. Love you, Jake. So this is underneath it. It takes the Evasion Mode Optimus Prime from Transformers 4. Phenomenal movie. It did have a good toy line. It was a Voyager class, which is about the $25 range, Transformers.
Yeah, looking at that, I would
about 25.
say 20, 25.
Yeah.
So.
The chest plate here, these wings, these shoulder pads, these guns, these feet, this like crotch guard diaper thing, and the head are all third party. And underneath that, like the base figure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It really changes the look of it. It's I'll have some like side by side.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll have some side by side pictures to show it with the regular version, but it's basically imagine movie Optimus Prime's design from the first three being turned into this, and that's what you get.
I like it.
Yeah, it's an homage to the Transformers Master Force / Transformers. I don't know. This is a Japanese version of it. The Japanese version is called God Jinrai. The American version is called Power Master Optimus Prime. And it's basically just it turns that into that, turns the thing into the other thing.
Transforms it.
It transmorphs.
You're a scientist.
Yeah. I'm an inventor. The only slight modification I made, this gun actually came with it, but originally, snap it off here. Originally there was a handle here for him to hold it, and I just chopped that off, drilled a hole there, and it snaps onto his tailpipe there, because the actual Jinrai / Power Master, whatever, Apex armor, it's confusing trying to keep up with the English and Japanese versions of everything.
Yes.
It had like an over-the-shoulder type cannon, and this didn't, so I was just like, I'm not using that gun that came with me anymore, so I'll do that with it. That's kind of the smaller, less important thing of the two. This one is the Make Toys Hypernova, or Hypernova. It's spelled N-O-V-A-E, whatever. It's a representation of Nova Prime, a character mainly featured in the Transformers IDW comics.
Yes.
And this is entirely... Oops.
As your other one falls.
Knocked over a Gundam. This is an entirely 100% third-party figure. It's not adding on to anything.
Yeah.
Just the whole figure is from Make Toys. It's got an inner robot, and then a suit of like sort of armor that you kind of add onto it with like the wings and the jetpack and stuff. And the inner robot is sort of based on a Transformers Hasbro design, but they completely remade it themselves.
It's just you would never think that
it looks
all this could be third party.
Yeah, it really looks Hasbro.
Yeah, it does.
If not a little better.
Agree.
Sponsor us,
please.
The wings are extremely posable. Like you can you collapse them in together. I can move to any position. You can actually have them kind of fold in front like a cloak.
I'm in awe right now.
Yeah. And since I'm doing with one hand right now, I can't really do all the transforming to demonstrate it, but there'll be pictures in the podcast version on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I can see this little chest piece folds down. There's a crotch guard on it. It's got
gotta have that crotch guard.
Yeah, you gotta protect your nuts.
metal nuts and bolts.
It's like punching Colossus.
I feel so sorry for your wife. Yeah, the thing about it is the like outer armor parts, forearms, hands, the feet extend, and then like the backpack. It can actually fit on the Hasbro version of this inner mold, the inner robot, which was the Laser Optimus Prime, like a generation from like a summit, like 2 or 3 years ago. It can fit onto that one or this one, so they actually made a completely new mold that is compatible with everything that the original Hasbro mold is compatible with. And
yeah, it's just there's.
Yeah.
You would look at that figure like me, kind of not being a very
not a
educated
trans
with
fan?
No, I like them. It's just I don't have a lot of experience buying them. So
Yeah.
by me looking at them right now, I would think, yeah, you bought this at Walmart or Toys R Us, whatever, and bought some of these as extras, just to piddle and play around with.
Yeah.
Instead of the whole thing being third party. That's just amazing that Transformers is the one
it's
most popular product that can do that and really pay off
a good
in that regard.
Yeah, about 3 years ago I kind of discovered that this was a thing, and I was like, oh, it's kind of neat that these companies are doing this, and then Pandora's box just exploded in front of me.
Is it that well known outside of like trans fans?
I don't think anyone who's like,
'cause I've never really thought about it.
It doesn't really cross your mind to think
and I don't know the most about toy collecting, but just being an avid collector myself, it's not something I really gave that much thought into.
Yeah, and it's,
like I knew it was out there, but I didn't think how big it was, or if it was just with big time Transformer people.
Yeah, because I haven't really seen much of it. Again, outside of the Transformers
and
fandom,
and yes, there is.
There's some for Star Wars.
Yeah, there's endless possibilities with Transformers, but you still got to think there's a lot of other ones out there that you can do it with. It's just Transformers is
there are other franchises
top.
it could work for.
Oh yeah, of course.
I get why it's so popular with Transformers, but it's kind of surprising to me how unpopular it is with everything else.
Almost like a hidden gem in a way of collecting, and
it's like this hidden
doing
little
customization.
Oh yeah, you do. And like I haven't even gotten into Shapeways yet, which is a 3D printing website, and people do some amazing things on there. Like if you look right over behind you at that fairly large Optimus Prime, kind of hiding behind my TV, the head, he's got actually a chest plate for his because it's a combiner, and his limbs are separate robots, kind of Voltron style. Yeah. In his smaller Voyager mode Optimus Prime, his chest plate is entirely new from Shapeways. The head's from Shapeways, and that little V fin on his chest is Shapeways. And it's
never would have guessed.
Yeah,
really.
I did a lot of painting on that one myself. So it's made to look like Armada, Transformers Armada Optimus Prime.
Okay.
Super mode. That's a whole.
It is a beast.
It is, yeah.
Just from looking at it back here,
it's
beastly.
It is imposing. That's why I loved Combiner Wars. I'm kind of sad that it's come to an end now, and they're doing. I like Titans Return too, but with Combiner Wars, you could just make these gigantic monstrosities. And then there's you can see that big one kind of hiding back there too with the two swords. That one is mostly third party, but the truck in his chest is Hasbro. That one's called the Trailer Force X Overgen, Crossover Gen. Oh, that one cost me a little over $100. That's the thing with third party.
Yeah, I can see that.
They cost more. That's the thing about them, but you get more. You get more craftsmanship.
It's still worth it though.
Kind
of with the ending product.
It is.
It's satisfying, I would say.
Yeah, if you're the get them out of the box, put them together in a really cool way type, the third-party stuff is almost like necessary.
Oh yeah, that's right up your alley.
Yeah. Like this sword here it didn't come with this one. This one actually is like a third-party representation of the sword that Optimus had in Transformers 4. And the one that comes with the toy is like, it's okay, but it doesn't really look accurate. It's got this weird like bulge like right around here. Phrasing. And it's like it's just like unpainted gray plastic. So you get, this one is like $10. It seems like a lot for just an accessory, but it really completes the look.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that kind of stuff on eBay, and at first you look at it and you're like, man, 10, 15, 20 bucks for this head or this weapon. But when you kind of think about it in the grand scheme, it's like, oh, it's really not that bad with what I'm wanting to do with it.
And because I did look into Star Wars third party a little bit. Most of what I've seen, it has just been an alternate head.
Yes,
or like
that's the main thing I found. It's like not really a whole lot to go into detail.
Yeah, but I mean, Hasbro really likes to.
Yeah.
Some of them look alright, but there's some that really just don't look like I said last time. It looks like the character, but doesn't look like the actor.
That's the thing with Hasbro. Like, they're so hit or miss. Like, they'll have something that looks awesome.
Yeah.
But then you find something else that just looks like kind of cheap and
maskless Kylo Ren.
Yeah, like
I
like the concept of it because I do like having the maskless stuff for people.
Needed a little more like shading on his face.
Yeah.
It's like too. It was too.
Of course, I'll collect
bare.
it, but
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
It was like too much.
I've heard a lot of complaints with him.
He could probably use like some scuff marks.
Yeah, which is what like Hot Toys and
yes.
a lot of these other big time.
You'd be surprised how much
brands
like a little
that do the customizations just look brilliant.
You'd be surprised how much like a little one pass at weathering can do to improve the look of something.
Yeah.
Just give it put a little like not real dirt, but like something that looks like a little dirt on it. Make it look a little dirty, a little used.
Just another touch of detail that could make or break a toy.
And it can
pun intended.
Yeah. Well, it can break it, but
yeah, I can.
I've broken a few things I've been trying to customize before. But it's because a lot of things with Hasbro really are like they're great molds. It's a great hunk of plastic.
It's like they had the right idea starting out, and they get like 80% of the way.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll finish it later.
Yeah.
Oh, deadline time. It's time to get these out in the stores. That's all right.
Slap some paint on it. It's fine. It's good, right? Just
the procrastinators.
Yes. That's why when I really
but I can respect that.
Yeah, me too. When I really want a Transformer to look good, I'll buy the Japanese Takara Tomy version because they don't skip on the paint. That really is my biggest fault with Hasbro is they make a good mold and then they just kind of throw a very basic paint job on it.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to that, you could think, why is that much harder to dedicate some time into the paint job?
Exactly. I mean,
but I don't know all that goes into it, so I can't really speak. But
the Japanese are a lot more expensive. So.
Yeah, just being an avid hunter, it's kind of what you notice time after time, and then when you buy the products, you just kind of keep noticing the same trends.
Yeah.
What can you do besides
take
not buy them anymore or customize them yourself, like you?
You can live with it.
You're fixing people's problems,
I'm fixing my own problems.
Yeah.
If you want your problem fixed, you're gonna have to pay me for it. I guess that's pretty much it for like the third party stuff. I mean, I could probably go on more about it. Friend of mine from the only Transformers forum I go to and don't go to that much, TFW 2005 boards. The author friend I mentioned.
Yes.
John Bonamatron? I don't know. I've pronounced his name wrong before, but it's a reference.
Something like that.
It's a reference to some kind of 80s rock thing.
Led Zeppelin.
I don't know. Is John Bonham a thing?
Yes. Oh. He's an incredible drummer.
Okay.
He's one of the best drummers of all time.
He's John Bonamatron.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
It's a good tribute name.
He's done some third-party work, so I might,
If I was Dave, I would still be rambling on about the greatness of Led Zeppelin. So
I believe that.
From the 70s, not 80s, but close enough.
No, the 80s was when Pearl Harbor happened.
Yeah, of course.
We gotta
don't know that.
We gotta travel to time and stop that.
Right.
Gotta stop that Vulpix. Get that Vulpix for that.
Hey,
time.
man, you can say what you want about Pearl Harbor. I'm just impressed they came out with a movie that soon.